The storm hit Willow Creek Estates with a vengeance, rain lashing the quiet suburban streets as if the sky itself were furious. Inside her modest home, Emily Harper stood by the Lee V.Y. room window, her breath fogging the glass. For 6 grueling months, she'd battled chronic pain, endless physical therapy, and a maze of insurance paperwork, all for one thing: a custom piece of medical equipment that promised to ease her suffering. Tonight, after half a year of waiting, the delivery company had called. The package was en route. Her heart raced with fragile hope until she saw the delivery truck pull up and her emerge from the shadows. Margaret Maggie Thornton, the iron-fisted president of the Willow Creek Homeowners Association, strode across Emily's lawn like a queen inspecting her domain. Her blonde pixie cut gleamed under the streetlights, untouched by the rain, and her signature scowl was already in place. In one hand, she clutched a clipboard, her weapon for enforcing the HOA's suffocating bylaws. Maggie was a suburban legend, a 50-something tyrant who fined residents for unapproved mailboxes, non-compliant flower beds, and even a child stray soccer ball. Emily's stomach twisted. She had no patience for Maggie's power trips, not tonight, not when her health was on the line. Ignoring the pain shooting through her leg, Emily pushed open her front door and stepped into the downpour. The delivery truck's rear door clattered open, revealing a young driver, Jake, wrestling with a large crate labeled fragile medical equipment. Before Emily could speak, Maggie's voice sliced through the rain. "Excuse me," Maggie snapped, her tone sharp enough to cut glass. "What's this truck doing here without HOA approval?" Jake, rain-soaked and bewildered, gestured toward Emily's house. "Delivering a package to this address, ma'am." Emily limped forward, her voice steady despite the ache. "Jake, I'm Emily Harper, the homeowner. That's my medical equipment. I've been waiting months for it." Maggie's eyes narrowed, sizing Emily up like a predator assessing prey. "Is that so?" she said, her voice dripping with condescension. "As HOA president, I must inform you that you VY-OLAT Section 19, Paragraph 6. All deliveries over 50 pounds require a pre-approved request form submitted 3 weeks in advance." Emily's fists clenched. "Maggie, this is custom medical equipment. It's critical for my recovery. My insurance fought for months to approve it. I'm not waiting because of your rules." Maggie's lips curled into a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Rules keep this community CIVY-lizzed, Emily. If you planned properly, you wouldn't be in this mess." She turned to Jake, who was shifting nervously. "Leave the package with me. I'll ensure it's processed per protocol." "No way," Emily snapped, stepping closer despite the pain. "This is my property. You have no right to touch it." Jake held up his signature pad like a shield. "I just need someone at this address to sign for it." Before Emily could grab it, Maggie snatched the pad from Jake's hands. "As the official representative of Willow Creek, I'm confiscating this until the proper forms are filed. We'll store it at the community center." Emily's blood ran cold. "Maggie, that's theft. You can't take my medical equipment." Maggie laughed, sharp and dismissive. "Theft? Don't be so dramatic. This is about standards. You'll get it back once you've filed the paperwork and paid the due $250 expedited delivery fine." Jake, caught in the crossfire, stammered, "I can't just give it to someone else. It's got to go to the address C." Maggie's voice dropped to a dangerous purr. "Young man, do you want me to call your supervisor or the police? They'll be very interested in your unauthorized delivery." Emily's patience snapped. She pulled out her phone, rain beating on the screen as she dialed 911. "Maggie, I'm calling the police. Step away, or I'll have you arrested." Maggie rolled her eyes. "Go ahead. My cousin's the deputy chief. He understands the importance of order." As Emily spoke to the dispatcher, her voice trembling with fury, she watched in horror as Maggie leaned in close to Jake, whispering something inaudible. Whatever she said worked. Jake, looking desperate to escape, hesitated, then slid the crate toward Maggie's black SUV parked across the street. Emily's heart sank. "Jake, no!" she shouted, but it was too late. Maggie slammed the tailgate shut, the crate inside, and climbed into the driver's seat. "You'll get it when you respect the rules," Maggie called out, smug as she started the engine. I gave the police your license plate. Emily yelled, her voice raw. This is grand theft, Maggie. Maggie waved dismissively as she drove off, her taillights vanishing into the storm. Emily stood in her driveway, drenched and shaking, as the dispatcher promised officers were en route. The weight of the moment crushed her. After months of fighting for this equipment, Maggie had stolen it, all to feed her obsession with control. 20 minutes later, 2 police cruisers arrived, their lights painting the wet pavement red and blue. Emily met them at her door, still dripping, and recounted the ordeal. She showed them the order confirmation, delivery tracking, and the HOA bylaws, pro-VYing no rule required delivery forms. Detective Carla Martinez, the lead officer, took detailed notes. So, Ms. Thornton knew this was medical equipment and took it anyway. Martinez asked, her brow furrowing. Yes, Emily said. She acknowledged it was for my recovery, but insisted on HOA paperwork. Martinez's expression darkened. The value of this equipment makes this grand theft. Given its medical necessity, there could be additional charges, maybe interference with healthcare. She radioed dispatch, sending officers to Maggie's address. As they waited, Emily shared Maggie's history. The DULA 100 fines for minor infractions, the threats to tow cars, the time she had a neighbor's rose garden ripped out for being non-compliant. Martinez nodded grimly. People like her get drunk on power. But this is criminal. Soon, Emily's doorbell rang. Martinez stood on the porch, a faint smile breaking through. Behind her, officers were unloading the crate from a cruiser. We got your property, Martinez said. Ms. Thornton wasn't cooperative, but she had no choice once we explained the charges. Emily's knees nearly buckled. Thank you, she whispered. Is she in trouble? Martinez's smile widened. She's been arrested and is being processed. Grand theft of medical equipment is a felony up to 3 years in prison, fines up to DULA 10,000. Her lawyer will try to plea it down, but she's in deep. As the officers brought the crate inside, Emily's phone buzzed with notifications. Willow Creek's group chat was ablaze. The HOA board had called an emergency meeting, and emails hinted at a leadership transition and an incident involved VYing Maggie. Martinez glanced at Emily's screen and chuckled. Her reign's over. Before Leah VYing, Martinez added, we get HOA complaints all the time, usually petty stuff. But Thornton crossed a line. You did right calling us. Emily sank onto her couch beside the crate, tracing the label. Harper, Emily Custom Orthopedic de VYC. Her phone rang. It was Sam Patel, the HOA VYC president. Is it true? Sam asked. Maggie got arrested for stealing your equipment? True, Emily said, exhaustion in her voice. Sam Vieselt. The board voted to remove her, effective immediately. We're fining her DULA 5,000 and rewriting the bylaws. This is wild. A commotion outside caught Emily's attention. Through her window, she saw Maggie's SUV pull up. Maggie stepped out, her pristine appearance gone, hair mussed, clothes wrinkled, face blotchy from crying. She'd been released on bail. Their eyes met through the glass, and for a moment, time froze. The woman who'd terrorized Willow Creek looked broken, her power stripped away. Maggie's mouth opened, then closed, before she hurried inside, shielding her face from curious neighbors. Weeks later, Willow Creek buzzed with gossip. Maggie's arrest dominated every conversation. The HOA, now led by Sam, issued Emily a public apology and scrapped Maggie's draconian rules. Residents shared their own stories of Maggie's overreach, from fines for unapproved paint colors to harassment over holiday decorations. It was as if her fall had unleashed years of resentment. Emily began using her equipment, her pain easing with each therapy session. The memory of that rainy night lingered, a reminder of how far some would go for control. Months later, she attended Maggie's sentencing, curious to see justice served. The courtroom hummed with neighbors. Maggie stood, her perfect bob replaced by a limp ponytail, her lawyer pleading for leniency. The judge was unmoved. Ms. Thornton, he said, your actions endangered Ms. Harper's health, and abuse your authority. This was not just unethical, it was illegal. He sentenced her to 18 months of probation, a doulas $7,500 fine, and 200 hours of community service at a medical supply nonprofit. Maggie sobbed, her composure crumbling. "I was just enforcing the rules," she cried, mascara streaking her face. The judge moved on, indifferent. Leah VYing the courtroom. Emily felt a mix of VY indication and pity. Maggie's legacy was a cautionary tale whispered across Willow Creek. Back home, Emily stood in her driveway, the storm a distant memory. She took a deep breath, feeling stronger, freer not just from pain, but from the shadow of Maggie's rules. If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY Deo with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY Deo.